What's going on, everybody? My name is Steven. You are watching the Fallow Airgun channel, and check this out, guys. I have not done a video like this in quite some time, so I'm going to try to slow it down just a little bit and make it as informative and as action-packed as I possibly can for you all. So here's what I have. Right here in front of me, I have the new Gen 2 Javelin Slugs in .250, 44 grain here, okay? And I also have here some .301 Javelin, and these are 56 grain. Now, I also have right here a box of Nielsen specialty ammo. These are 43.5 grain slugs. And I have here a project that I've been working on for a while. It's nothing extremely special. It was really just a fun project from a whole lot of parts that I have laying around. So let me kind of explain it to you real quick and then get right into the point of this video. This is my Kral. It's sitting in an MPO3 stock, and it has a sniper 4x16 that I got from Texas Precision Optics. So this is a sniper scope. Down here FL tattoo on the end. Have a this is a 22 caliber Kral puncher breaker block here, and it's been switched over. Has custom probe, and it has this side cocking lever from the 25 from the Kral Knight. So inside it has been converted, all kinds of valve work, spring work, and all kinds of goodies. This has the Kral Knight barrel, so this is their longer, I'm not sure if this is 24, 22 inch barrel, something around that sorts. So I'm gonna introduce you to this because this is kind of a little project I've been working on, and I'm gonna be doing some more videos with it. Without all the optics and everything, this rifle here is weighing just under 8 pounds, so it's a little beefy. It's not something I really want to be out fatiguing myself carrying around forever out in the field. I purposely built this for the bench and for shooting some groundhogs this year, some woodchucks, and we're definitely going to be doing that because this thing is very accurate. Given the circumstance of everything, you know, this is really a barrel more aimed towards shooting pellets, and that is going to bring me right into the point of today's video. So check this out. I have the Nielsen specialty slugs and these Gen 2 Javelin slugs, and we're going to be comparing them out of this barrel specifically, and I'm going to tell you why. So check it out. I know from basically all my research that these slugs right here are really designed and aimed specifically towards the FX air guns, and they're slug lined rifles specifically. So with that being said, you are going to get your most performance out of those Gen 2 Javelin slugs, I'm very certain, out of these FX air guns. You're also going to be getting much higher velocities than we are. Today we are only going to be shooting these 44 grain slugs at just a hair over 800 feet per second. So the top speed that we'll reach near will be lucky to be 820 feet per second, and we'll get a low about 870 right at the end of that second magazine. So this is unregulated, and it's really a pellet gun, and it really does a fantastic job shooting pellets. I have it shooting the pellet of choice here are the FX 34 grain pellets, and again, we're going to do lots of videos on that stuff. I don't want to do too much talking about the rifle other than just to introduce you to it, and kind of explain to you the platform here. So again, more of a pellet barrel, 25 the Kral Knight barrel there, and yeah, we're going to fling some slugs, guys, because I really want to compare the Nielsen specialty ammo slugs to these Gen 2 Javelin slugs. Anyways, again, like I said, I don't want to talk too much about that. I'm going to get us a camera set up downrange. We're going to be shooting at 65 yards. I also want to talk about this. Why do I have these 301 for the 30 caliber gun out here? That is because while I'm already here, and I'm going to talk about this because most people probably will skim right over this, so that's why I'm going to do this. I just decided that this was given to me. I'm going to pass on love, share the love here, so I'm going to actually just give this away. What I'm going to do is when I post this video here after we shoot these groups out here 65 yards, I'm going to go through the first handful of people that have commented, or you know, looks like there's some kind of action from them on the video here, and whether they're subscribed or not. I prefer you be subscribed, obviously, because that just helps the channel get out there, because YouTube obviously doesn't want it, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to randomly select somebody off of those first few people that are out there poking around on this video here and looking at it, and hopefully you are commenting on it, or saying something in the video because you have the 301 caliber air gun, 30 caliber air gun, and these will work for you. From my understanding, these are shooting really nicely, the 301s, out of the stock FX Panthera. So if you're in 30 cal, that might be for you. So that's why they're sitting on the table. So if you're looking for a little giveaway, that's just a little something out there to kind of, like I said, share the love. I have no need for them right now, so I'm going to share it out there to you guys. But you may be shooting something that is not an FX air gun, and you may want to check out these Gen 2 Javelin Slugs in 250. So let's get right to it and shoot them downrange. Alright, y'all, check this out. I am at a full fill. It's 220 bar here. I have our first 2 magazines already loaded up here just to kind of speed things up, but I will show you. Maybe you can, maybe you cannot tell which one's which. You see these Doller slugs here are the Gen 2s, and these are the Nielsen slugs. So I figure what we would do is start on one fill. I'm going to shoot 2 magazines, so back to back. I'm going to start with these Nielsen slugs here. And what I'll do is I'll shoot this magazine, and then we'll switch over on the same fill. We'll go ahead and hawk a couple of those big old Gen 2s out there on the same fill. And I'll top it back up, and then we'll reverse it, and I'll switch to Gen 2s first, and move on over to the Nielsens after that. So here we go. I'm going to start on that second row, the second row far left quadrant of that target there. And we're just going to go ahead and just send them down. A big old bee or fly or something over here wanting to fly around on me. You see that flag whipping around over there. Hopefully my camera downrange is picking all this up. Oh, it's blowing now. Yeah, that actually pretty much blew that shot to the right there. Don't have to worry so much about the wind once it gets out into the woods, because it's kind of sheltered out there. But if it's blowing pretty good, gusting up here, it's gonna really gust down the mountain here and right in front of my my shooting booth here. And some of these guys are kind of moving around on me down there now with the wind, but that's all right. We're still gonna go with it. Still making a nice group. Alright, check that out. That's the end of that first magazine. Let's go ahead and shoot these Gen 2 Javelin Slugs down there. Let's see how she's liking them down there. I'm gonna go just to the... Let's do this. I'm gonna go low on this one. So just below that target there, on that circle just below it. That one is hitting right in high. I am non-biased, guys. I don't, I'm gonna make sure I shoot a group nice for both of them. Spider, get off me. Whatever this is, here, go. I want my slugs to shoot nice. I wish all the projectiles I put into this, my guns would shoot nicer. It's not fun to have to spend money on ammunition and find out it doesn't shoot well. So believe me when I say, when I'm shooting a group for you here, I'm shooting it to the best of my ability both ways. I could be taking my time much more here, but I feel very confident in my squeeze and where I'm holding. So I think that shot just holed right on into that one of those last ones. Alright. Boom. That's a wrap on that. Okay, so now, like I said, I'm going to air back up. I'm going to get my camera and re-roll it, set it up for another roll down range. And like I said, top it off. And then right in front of you, just so you can see, I'll go ahead and get these magazines loaded right in front of you. And then we're going to go ahead and shoot our next two groups. Yeah, let's get to it. Alright, y'all, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you. You better have some nails or some good teeth to get this cap off. I'll tell you that. It's one thing I say I'm not a huge fan of with the Javelin Slug container here. I mean, it's just a container. It's not the product inside that's most important, but nonetheless, it is a little odd. Now, if I knew I was just gonna be sitting here and, you know, shooting all of them, I really wouldn't care too much, because I would just probably chew the lid right off the top of it and spit it like a grenade lid or something, you know, or a grenade pin, and you know, some manly stuff like that or something. But I'm not, and I'll be honest with you too. I guess because, like I said, really that's in there really good. You see how I've been mauling that up. I also don't really care too much to have to put my mouth all on that, you know. Now, when I was younger and I was running around out there in the woods and stuff with my pellet gun when I was a young man, yeah, I had a mouthful of pellets. I'm guilty of that. I did. I used to keep them in my mouth and take them out one at a time, load them up and shoot them. So I've had my share of lead where I shouldn't have probably, but I guess now that I'm a bit older and I try to be a bit more conscious of these things, I don't really care too much to have to chew on the lid of my pellet tin or pellet containers. So that's the only thing I'm gonna say about it, okay? Aside from that, I don't really care. Again, it's the product inside that I'm more interested in rather than the packaging. But it's kind of seems a little redundant to me to have, you know, it's like I don't know. There's an old saying that's coming to mind, but I can't quite get it there. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, so I got that loaded up. I'm gonna get my camera rolling up downrange here and air back up 220 bar. And let's go ahead now and reverse the whole thing. We're gonna shoot us these Gen 2 Javelin Slugs first, and then yeah, let's make it happen. So look, like I was showing you before, you can see the dull on the Gen 2 Javelin and the shine off the Nielsen Slugs here. So yeah, let me get this camera set up and let's fling them. All right, we're ready now. Almost. It's always fun to back and forth off camera, you know. All right, so we're backwards now. We are Gen 2 Javelin Slug first instead of these are the Nielsen. These are the Gen 2 Javelin Slug, Patriot Javelin. I believe Patriot is the company and the Javelin is the slug. So here we go. Let's see, where am I going to go? I'm going to move this one away so we don't get anything confused. Okay, and these are the Patriot Slugs. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start this one at the bottom far right here on the same board that we got up there. So let's go ahead and make those make this Javelin group real quick. Wow, look at that. You see that thing? Went directly bullseye, direct bullseye. And that little tiny circle I drew in the center there, remember, I don't know if I told you at the beginning, is the diameter of a 25 caliber pellet, so A little bit of a wind blowing. Nothing heavy. I wish I had a way to film through the scope for you all. I mean, that would be spot on. I've looked into like the GoPro side shot and things. I've looked in all different things, and I just feel like it's so much to compromise with when you're adding something, an extra accessory on the outside of your scope to compensate for that, you know, that video footage that you'd like to get. Okay, so we're on the same fill here, same deal like last time, and yep, time to sling these Nielsen specialty slugs down there, and then we can take a walk down and talk about our groups. Okay, so again, I'm going right above that, and hopefully none of these will drop low. I felt like a good squeeze. I thought that one would have stayed up in there. Again, remember those little circles out there are 1 inch exactly. If that's giving you any kind of idea of accuracy that we're putting off. Oh, that one dropped ugly. Ugly. This is getting towards the bottom end, so we're probably hitting right in like 780-ish feet per second, somewhere in there. You're going to get a lot more velocity out of those FX air guns, and a lot of these other air guns too. Now mind you, this is a big old 44 grain slug, so you know that's not light by any means, even for 25 caliber. That's shooting a good bit away. Okay, there you go. You guys can see the groups for yourself. Out of a non-regulated gun with it's a non-slug shooting type gun. Now, what I mean to say by that is that I believe that this is more aimed towards pellets. And with that being said, I still think that's really respectable out there. And nonetheless, let's go take a walk down there. I'll get the calipers out and we'll measure them up. These Nielsen slugs are just grouping much better than these Patriot Javelin Slugs. Out of that barrel now, that's just out of that barrel, okay? And let's see, here we go, Nielsen for our first one. And we'll say this is our farthest spread. Let's get it center to center as close as possible. Yeah, we'll say that one there. We'll get this one. We're at 1.138. And on our next group here, and this one had this, if this one ugly thing here wouldn't have dropped down, I wouldn't have been so terrible about this group, but we did. And that one was, well, heck, even look, check that out. That's still really, yeah, that's really close. It may be a hair bit more center to center, somewhere in there. 1.168, still just over an inch right here at 65 yards. Now, I'm not going to knock these groups here by trying to measure them up and be like, whoa, even though that is what we technically got to do. You know, if we count our flyers in here, you know, we're still somewhere in that 2.657, and call this our furthest center to center, 2.462. So, you know, it's not as tight of a group as the Nielsen slugs, but turn off now thing. But again, like I told you too, this is also, mind you, a barrel that is not designed, in my opinion, or from my understanding, to shoot slugs, really. Still, with those velocities, though, really not terrible. I mean, you know, you're talking about an inch, a little bit over an inch out at 65 yards. And that's cool because, like I said, I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to show you what this will do once it really pushes out past like 100 yards and stuff, compared to what happens. Maybe we'll like put it up against some pellets and stuff, so you can really see the comparison of what actually happens to that out past 100 yards. Anyways, those are some pretty good groups, guys. Let's get back over here real quick, and I can show you this rifle one last time, and we can wrap it up. Again, this is my Kral project that I've been working on, and again, nothing that's super spectacular. It just has this longer steel barrel or steel cylinder on it, which I hate the steel cylinder. It adds so much weight to it. I would prefer it to be an aluminum cylinder, but at the moment, this is what I have. And you know, honestly, with a little bit of weight on it like it has, because it's really not terrible at all. I mean, you know, it's something that if I really wanted to, if I had to, I could extend this entirely with my arm, which means that it's not way too overweight, in my opinion. I've picked up some rifles, you know, 11, 12-pound rifles and things that are not very fun to go out and tote around. And again, like I said, I made this specifically, this platform here specifically, to really take out some woodchucks, because and possibly some raccoons when the time comes up in the fall. But yeah, it's been a fun little build. Like I said, it has 25, so it's 22 valve block from the puncher breaker. So it's a Kral puncher breaker, Kral Knight, and a Kral MP03 kind of smashed all together. It's like the Frankenstein or something. Anyways, guys, hey, just want to say one last time too before I close this video out. Remember, if you have the 301 to 30 caliber air gun out there, and you're interested in wanting to shoot these right here, these are the Gen 2, the Patriot Gen 2 Javelin Slugs, 56 grain, and I'm gonna mail these out to whoever, as long as it's in. You got to be in the United States, okay? Because I'm not gonna mail this to you if you're over in, you know, the Philippines or some other place. Just make sure that you're in the United States, and the closer to North Carolina, the better. Obviously, shipping is going to be lower, but it's not going to kill me to mail this to whoever, even if you're all the way over in Northern California or Washington or wherever it may be, far away from here. So just remember, if you want these, all you got to do is just go down there and just leave a comment. I don't really care if the comment even just says cool. I prefer you be subscribed to the channel, because that would be awesome. It helps me out. It just helps me out. YouTube has been it's been a little wompy here recently with uploading videos and stuff. I've had to do a lot of really going in through like through the help section process to try to get my videos even monetized and stuff. So it is difficult, because I use a lot of that to try to feed back into the channel for buying pellets and stuff. I hate even saying this, but if by any chance you want to donate any kind of money for me to be able to buy pellets and stuff, or you just want to send a pellet straight here so you know they're actually getting used for said things, because I'm perfectly cool with that. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you leave some of these little chat comments that leave money and stuff, or you send them to these little extra websites. I don't have all that stuff, guys. I don't even have Facebook. So if that tells you anything about how I roll over here, I'm just here at the house. But it is expensive to do this stuff. I mean, you know, these things aren't cheap, but that's all right, because I'm still going to keep shooting. Granted, I get the opportunity to. Just want to say, if you're feeling that way and you just feel like, hey, I'd like to see, you know, some more of the shooting, you know, feel free to do that. But anyways, if you like this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, because it helps with that algorithm. Helps it boogie on out there so that more people see it. Subscribe if you want to see more from this crazy old circus. If you got any comments or any questions or anything, leave them down below, and I'll do my absolute best. I always do to try to respond to pretty much everybody. If I don't respond to you, it's because I haven't seen it, or I just happen to see it, close it out, and I forgot about it. So I apologize for that, but I will do my best. And as always, we'll see you next time.